So we're back on the big dog this week. So the mighty trusty truck is getting some aircon. Now, disclaimer, this is just a Chinese kit off eBay. Ultimately, I'm going to use Southern Cross Fabworks dash kit, but the rest of it should still work with his kit anyway. But yeah, so it was 45 degrees in the cab the other day, and I said enough's enough. So we're going to run through, fit this kit up into the truck, see how easy it is. Now, as I said, it is a cheap Chinese kit. Cost me $6.99 in the end with all the Christmas sales. So we're not expecting miracles, and I'm not doing this to try and say everybody else's is too dear. I'm doing it because I can do it myself, and I need aircon because I'm old and like the luxuries. So anyway, so we're going to run through the process. Josh and I are going to mount it all up, and then good mate Louis is going to gas it for me. So yeah, hopefully we can have this done in a day or two. The aircon's nearly finished. So I'll give you a rundown on it now, and then this afternoon we're off to Louis to get him to gas it and see how good it works. Alright, so there is the condenser. It actually fitted in there quite well. Nice in the side, clearance there at the actual air compressor. So yeah, it's actually quite a nice size and fits in there. There's a fan on the back side of it. You're not going to see that. Compressor, now remember people, this is electric compressor, so we didn't need to run fan belts or anything. I don't know if that's good or bad. You know, the wanky thing is that we can leave it running while we're having lunch and keep the cab cool. How long it lasts, we will test it to see how long it lasts before it flattens the battery, but so that's it. The hoses all run up there, go down through the cab. Now I've left a big loop in the cables here, so it looks a little bit messy just until we sort it out, but I haven't tilted the cab. And I don't want to have to disconnect the aircon to tilt the cab. So we've left the lines longer, purely for that reason, so that we know we can tilt the cab and leave the aircon connected. So yeah, so that's pretty much a rundown of the outside. It was very simple to fit. The longest part of it would have been me making the bracket for the compressor, which sits, you know, pretty much where everyone runs their aircon anyway. We just don't have a fan belt on it. So anyway, I'll show you inside, and yeah, then we'll head off to Louis. Alright, so here's the unit inside. So we've got it a little bit hard because I'm old, but the aircon lines run up and into here. So they're running through the side of the tunnel, not through the engine cover. So the actual unit itself is mounted to the engine cover, but I ran the hoses up through here, wherever my finger is, up through here, so that if I undo the aircon, the engine cover, I can actually move the whole lot out of the way. So yeah, so when we're all done and dusted, I will make a cover to cover the bottom half of this, just so it doesn't look so... Actually, I'll hop out, it'll be better. Alright, so that gives you a bit better idea. So the aircon lines go through. I will be making, obviously, a cover and seal it all up. This is just until we know we've got no leaks. So then, you know, I will make a cover that covers all this, tidies it all up a little bit. But as you can see, it fits in there quite nicely. The vents seem to be in a good spot. So yeah, for a, you know, at the end of the day, it's going to cost less than $1,000 to aircon the Mog. So, you know, it is what it is. It's a cheap kit. We've managed to basically aircon the Mog for less than $1,000. So you can't expect too much, but we're confident, hoping, whatever, optimistic that it'll be good enough for the short term. So we'll go gas it up the Savo, take it for a couple of drives, keep you updated over the next few months, and hopefully it's all good to go for the desert trip. So we are last piece of the aircon puzzle. We're off to see my mate Louis to gas the aircon, and let's see if this cheap Chinese aircon works. It'll work when you don't want it to work. Yeah. So what are we doing here, Louis?
We're evacuating the system.
Yeah.
just removing any air or water deposits.
Yep.
We'll run this for about 20 minutes. Then we'll let it sit for about 20 minutes just to make sure if there's any leaks, these gauges will move up. If there's a leak somewhere, then we pressure test it and go from there.
Cool. So Louise put the gas in it. Bit hard to tell, but this was starting, the compressor was starting to ice up and see moisture on my. So it took 700 grams of gas. Now the good thing with this is, look, the engine's not running. So this is electric compressor. Not sure how much it draws, but so when we're stopped up for lunch, we can leave the aircon running. As long as it's not more than a few hours, I think, or it flattens the batteries. But anyway, let's leave it for 10 or 15 minutes and see how cold it gets. So there you go, people. That low side hose, you can see all the moisture on it. So definitely pumping out some cold air. So we've done all the windows up in the cab, and we'll just see. You can hear the fan that's sucking. So we'll get in a minute and just check what it's running at. So after the first road test with the aircon, pretty good. When Louis was gassing it, we got it down to 700 but he put 780 grams in it. He said that was verging on being too much, so we had to road test it a few times to make sure it doesn't cut out. But we got it down to about 7.8 degrees. I've just driven it around for, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. It's 30 plus degrees outside. I'll tell you exactly. It is 29 degrees outside, and we've got the windows up, comfortable on the lowest fan setting. The lowest fan setting actually seems to be the most efficient anyway. So yeah, we've got aircon, people. Bring on the desert trip.